Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies. We are back for more Tatsuya route. Oh my god, still doing this. We still on this guy because in the last episode we only really got finished off on getting all of his available endings that we can get. So it's like the Mystic, Passionate, and the Dark End. So last episode, as you guys can see, we got the Passionate and the Dark End together because they're pretty short, they're pretty easy to get. Sorry, my throat's still being a bitch to me. But yeah, so this episode, as I promised you guys, I'm going to squish in all the bad endings, the official bad endings that we can get with Tatsuya. So I'm pretty sure, it's probably gonna take a really short amount of time as well. So there's two available ones that we can get for him, and I will squish them in to this one singular episode so we can just get them all in one go. And then yeah. So before I really do start on getting let's see, hold on. Let's see. Okay, so according to my guide that I'm using right now, there's two available bad endings. So the first bad ending that I'm going to get is called Another Winner, which I can only presume that, that this bad ending entails actually rooting for Katsunosuke and him actually winning in the end, and going through with his plan. So yeah, we'll get to see, what we've all been wondering from the very beginnings, if we ever, leaned more towards Katsunosuke rather than with Tatsuya. So yeah, let's get started then. And, oh yeah, and again, I'm going to do a speed run of the entire story, so I will stop on choices that are new, and I will go through them with you guys, and then I'll also catch you up on what exactly is happening in that current timeline. But other than that, anything that's overlapping or anything that we've already been through, then I'm going to just skip on ahead, and I'll notify you guys what chapter we are currently in, and such and so on. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay guys, we skipped all the way to chapter 5. The past chapters up until now have all had overlapping answers, so you guys can refer back to, my past endings that I've gotten for him. And so now now this is the only place, actually no, not the only place, but this is the chapter that has a different answer this time, instead of just kind of zooming in past all the other chapters. So yeah, so currently chapter 5, this is after Takumi finds us and rescues / gets us out of Katsunosuke's place, or the Ryu compound, after kind of, I guess, snooping around on his end and doing his own shady business. And this is where, when we're riding on his scooter going back to the city, and he's asking us, what were we doing in the first place. And instead, when we try to ask him questions about what he was doing, that he was like, I can't say anything, I can't tell you, and stuff like that. And so I guess there's that tension where it's why should we have to explain ourselves when he's not giving us answers? So yeah, so this time we are definitely going to be a little bit more rebellious. We're gonna refuse until he explains. Why should I tell you first? Yeah, Takumi, you're the one walking around random places in ninja gear, right? You're hella shady yourself. We may be friends, but my business is my own. You don't have to tell me a thing either. Okay. Rebuffed by Takumi's cold answer, I opened and closed my mouth several times without anything good to say. Ooh, that clap back got you speechless. I woke up in some room after being attacked, and I don't know why. Yes. There, you happy? Oh wow. She's so snappy. Not particularly, yes, because, he's like, Katsunosuke's a shady guy, what the hell are you doing with him anyways? I sigh. He's impossible. Uh-huh. That room was so weird anyways. Okay, there we go. Then she's gonna talk about how it's a more Western looking rather than, more traditional. Okay, so let's skip on ahead then. Okay guys, we've skipped all the way to chapter 9. Holy crap, yes, a lot of the answers are still overlapping each other. Nothing has, change in terms of I guess along the more mystic ending I did. But yeah, so we are in chapter 9. This is after the fact that Tatsuya had kind of momentarily sparred on us and kind of went ham on us just to activate our ice powers. But anyways, regardless, this is the aftermath of it, and he's just kind of apologizing, I guess, for acting that way, because if he didn't, then his grandpa would have been the one to spar us, and that would have been big trouble. So our response to him this time, instead of I understand and what do you call that, then we're gonna say, how could you do that to me? How could you do that to me? How could you just attack me like that? She's gonna be all whiny about it. Yeah, I didn't want to, believe me. Yeah, but you did without even hesitating. I thought it was the only way you'd believe me, the only way to trigger your powers. I'm sorry, I hope you'll forgive me someday. Oh yeah, I do. I'm just being a little bitch about it. I sigh and run a hand through my hair. Please don't do that ever again. Figure out some other way. I doubt I'll ever have to, but alright. Tatsuya seems to feel even worse than my feelings were hurt, so I almost feel bad for asking that. Aww. True. There we go, and yeah, it did hurt, but if I say that, he'll just feel worse. Okay, there we go. Now we can skip on ahead. Okay, guys, here we are, chapter 12. We have skipped. There's quite a few numbers of skips throughout the entire time. Like a lot of the chapters had overlapping answers. So at most, I think there was only like 3 chapters in this bad ending that had like different answers that I needed to do in order to get it. I think this is the last of them. So chapter 12 is after Katsunosuke took us out on that dinner date, and even revealed his plans of how to go about this whole business deal and what our role is to him. And he even proposed to us in a way of marriage, and he's like, oh yeah, marry me, we'll be powerful, blah blah blah. And he was like forcing us kind of in a way to just take up on that option. And of course, before, we were really disgusted by him because he was treating us like, he was like even saying how we're not his type and shit like that. But either way, regardless, this is when, before he drops us off at home, he pops the question again. He's like, so do you want to marry me, blah blah blah. And we were like, I hate this with all my being. All of my fiber right now is telling me no, but the guide is like, I just need some time. I need to think about it. Oh my god, like I'm actually considering it? Your offer sounds solid, but this is all really sudden. I just need some time to think. I haven't even thought about marriage before. Oh my goodness. So you're coming around then? Yes. Oh no! I'm not going to lie, this would need to happen very soon. No. But if you'd like, we can take the rest slowly. Oh my god. Though you and I might have different definitions of slow. Yes, and Katsu leans over to me as if to kiss me, and I start freaking out internally. Yes. However, I put up a brave front and lean back, letting my anger guide my words. Okay. So now she's like telling him to back off. Okay, there we go. Now we can skip on ahead. We're gonna skip right up to chapter 15. I don't even know. Or, again, I don't know how the bad ending is gonna play out, but either way, regardless, I'm pretty sure the skip button will stop me if there's new stuff that will happen, and of course I will stop and we will continue on from there. But for now, that is all for the choices in terms of anything that's different. The rest is all gonna be, choosing Tatsuya, kind of leaning more towards him. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's just find out. Okay, here we are. There we go. Okay, so the skip button has stopped me there, which means there's new dialogue. We are currently in chapter 15, in the middle of the whole trial by freaking combat. I don't even know. Yeah, so it's Tatsuya versus Katsunosuke. We were basically, I feel like I changed my mind on the whole Katsunosuke winning thing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it might end up happening, but maybe it won't. But like, another winner could also mean that maybe neither both of these would, both of these guys would win in the end of being clan leader or something. I don't even know. Anyways, we're gonna find out. We're here anyway. So the room is filled with water all over the ground, and I'm more than a little wet. Okay, it's alright. I realize that Tatsuya is being slowly pushed backward by Katsu's unending attacks. Okay, so he's kind of losing. Suddenly Tatsuya wavers, looking like he'll lose his balance on the watery floor. Okay. Oh shit, Tatsuya! Oh no! I cry out his name instinctively and he glances at me. Oh no, distraction! Which means he's gonna totally get overthrown. While he's unsteady and distracted, Katsu makes a complicated motion with his hands and hurls a torrent of water at him. Tatsuya is blown back into the throne hard. That's gotta hurt. Katsu wastes no time. He does a spinning leap in the air and sends another blast of water at Tatsuya. Then, with one hand, he completely halts the movement of the water. He manipulates its shape into one I recognize all too well. What, a dragon? No! No! Ande! What? Leisurely, Katsunosuke strolls through the water. With a flick of his wrist, he wraps the coil of water around a dazed Tatsuya's throat. Oh no. I told you that you'd pay tenfold, didn't I? Oh no. Okay, so maybe he might actually end up winning. In return for the scar you gave me, I'll give up your life. You'll give up your life. Okay. Oh my gosh. Seriously? You're gonna make him die because he's given you a scar? Jesus, God. I hardly think that this trade-off is fair. Tatsuya tries to move, but Katsu throws out a hand and wraps its entire body in water so that he can't move. Okay. Katsu clenches his fist and Tatsuya coughs and splutters as he gasps for air. Stop! Stop it! You stop that. I'm afraid I can't. Yeah, you can, God. This is the punishment I've decided to bestow upon him for losing this fight. Oh, okay, wow. I can see Tatsuya's face growing paler, and I look at his family next to me. Oh my goodness. Aren't you going to do anything? No, trial by combat. Nope, this is just how it is, girl. Shit, I spin to look at Daichi on the other side of me. This is the tradition of the clan, yes. If we rose against our leader now, we'll fall into anarchy. Kei knew this when he challenged you, yes. It's been this way for hundreds of years. Uh-huh. I turn back to Tatsuya, who seems barely conscious. He seems to be looking at me, tears beginning to well up in his eyes. Oh shit. All I can do is stand there and watch in abject horror as the life leaves his pale body. Oh man, how ironic this all is. How? This is what you wanted, right, Kei? What? To sit on this throne? Oh yeah, yeah, God. I totally forgot that he in that moment of getting blasted by water, he ends up on the throne, and now he's dying on the throne. He's getting choked out on the throne. Katsu laughs and looks back at me. Isn't this what you wanted, Hana? Oh, you wanted me to win, to rule. What? I didn't say that. I might have given you false hope by being too nice, but damn, I didn't say I wanted you to win. And you will. You'll be able to rule by my side. Oh no. And I can honestly say it's thanks to your support that I was able to win. What support? What? Just because I said I'll think about it. Oh my god. Tears stream down Tatsuya's face, and I want to run. To run, girl? God, wow, you're bitching out on this now too. To go to him. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, if you run out of this now, Jesus Christ, I would look down on you and will never let you live this down for the rest of your life, girl. I would look at you so differently. So yeah, to go to him. To stop Katsu, then why don't you? To do, well, anything. But I can't move. Of course not. All I can do is watch as he gasps out his last breaths. I watch as his blue lips numbly whisper my name. Bye. What have I done? What have you done? Bad ending. Hypothermia. Damn. Okay, that is the... Oh, and the game over. Damn. Okay, there we go. Our first official bad ending. And our official achievement for it was hypothermia. So yes, damn. Okay, brutal. Shit. I'm so sorry, Tatsu. All for science. All for science. Anyways, that is the first bad ending that we can get for his route. And the next bad ending that we can get with him is called Water Romance. So okay, so I was right when I said that Katsunosuke would end up winning in this another winner bad ending. But yeah, I guess the only downside is that, or the only thing that I didn't think was that Tatsuya was actually gonna get killed off by that. So yeah, for this bad ending, my prediction is basically the same thing where Katsu actually wins, except this time we actually put some more emotion into it, where it's like in that last bad ending, we were like still rooting for Tatsuya, but then Katsu ends up winning. But now this time, with the whole Water Romance title, I'm pretty sure it's Katsu ends up winning, and we root for Katsunosuke instead. So yeah, like all the way, for the way. So yeah, let's do this bad ending, and so yeah, I will do the same thing, speed run it, and then when their choices come up that are different, I will go through it with you guys. But other than that, I will speed run through everything that's the same. So here we are, surprisingly, we are in chapter 1. Our first choice that is completely different from what we have done so far is here with Takumi. He sneaks up on us on the elevator and he's getting really close to us and he's kind of taunting, kind of like, you know, teasing us and like, you know, what if you're interested in me kind of thing. So the other two answers we've already done so far, and those are the two answers that we kind of like jump back and forth between doing all the other endings and the bad ending even. So now this time for this ultra super bad ending is that we tell him to back off. I picked him with a glare. We're gonna give him some attitude. Ever heard of this new thing called personal space? Damn, girl. Well, you're in mine, so back off. Oh, wow. She's like total bitch mode. Takumi looks thoroughly amused, but he's like, heh. He calls us off on our bluff. Yeah, he finally backs away with a laugh. The elevator stops and the doors open with a ding. Okay, I think so. It's good to see that you're still so sassy. Haha, thanks. Huh? I step quickly out of the elevator without looking back at Takumi. He thinks that we're as threatening as a mouse. God. Okay, anyways, there we go. I think we can skip on ahead for this. Okay, guys, we are currently in chapter 5, I believe. No, chapter 4. Chapter 4, again, we're back at the little piano place cafe thing, and this is the part where we try to get his attention after he had his little conversation with Haruna. And of course, again, throughout the entire time we were getting the endings that he has and his bad ending. We were just dancing around, jumping back and forth between try to get his attention and yell at him. But this time, you guys, we can finally say ignore him. Ignore that bitch. He clearly doesn't want us to be around. I shoved the money into his hands and walked past him. Okay, just gonna, yeah, there you go, take your money. I don't even bother to say goodbye as I walk out into the street. There we go, wow. I walk out of Carnivalis acting as totally unconcerned with Tatsuya as he was with me. Yes, give him the cold shoulder. But inside my blood is boiling, yes. He's so rude! So rude! I can't believe I even thought he was nice for even a second. Lee, wait. Oh, so this is the part where he actually catches up to us, and he actually tries to stop us. My stupid heart leaps at the sound of Tatsuya's voice, and I whirl around to face him. So we're gonna have a little standoff here. What? Did they give you any message? And did they give you any messages? What? No. Seriously? That's it? Oh my god. Just leave me alone. God. You don't even know how I feel. Frustrated beyond belief, I speed up into a full run, leaving a probably confused Tatsuya behind. There we go. So that was different. Okay. Yeah. After leaving Tatsuya behind in the bar, I went straight home in a very bad mood. Okay, so there. I think we could skip on ahead for this. Okay, guys, we have skipped all the way to chapter 8. So we are here in Tatsuya's family home, and after the whole incident of us freaking out and us staying over the night, and him here now, he is setting up the bed for us. So these are our two options to say to him before he leaves for the night. So of course, every single time we've come to this point, we always say thank him for all that he's done. But this time the guy has like warned him against sneaking in. We're gonna be that girl. I just wanted to say, don't think you can try and sneak in here or anything. Oh my goodness, girl, no trust at all. If you so much as try, I'll scream and wake the whole house. Well, you were screaming and like thrashing when you were, having your bad nightmares and shit, but apparently no one woke up except for Tatsuya, so I don't know. I'm not surely sure what prompted me to say this. My mother's words about all the terrible things boys have done, I suppose, or you just don't, I don't know, there's no trust. But Tatsuya makes sure I regret it immediately. Like he's like I would try, like God. Don't worry, I would rather jump into boiling water than touch someone as stubborn as you. Ha! Yes, that clapback. Oh my God, Tatsuya is literally the master at clapbacks. Oh, what? That's so. Oh, damn, girl. What you gonna say about that? Damn. Tatsuya gives me a long, even stare. Yeah, if that's all, then I'm going. Oh my god! Yes, Tatsuya! I'll be next door if you need me. Finessed! God! I'm so sorry. I feel so bad because Hannah's supposed to be us. It's supposed to be the main character that we're supposed to, you know, try to root for her for a good ending and shit like that and all the best for her. But like seriously though, like sometimes some of this shit that she says is so stupid. Like, girl, you dumb. God. Anyways, I think we can skip on ahead for this then. No, he doesn't give me a chance to reply and walks out, closing the door behind me. Oh, you feel so dumb. Okay, guys, here we are, chapter 10. This is the point where we have, again, danced around the answers, just jumping back and forth between saying, I don't know what to say, and too bad, not interested, to Katsunosuke. This is the point where he shows up after our awkward moment with Tatsuya, I believe, after he ran into Haruna, and we kind of, you know, got a glimpse at, like, you know, a hint that they had history together. And this is when Katsu shows up and he was like, I think he was going on about how he was saying how he's been thinking about us or some shit like that, or I don't know, something like that. And we were like, before we were like, too bad, not interested, like, you know, we were not the same kind of thing, we were not on the same wavelength. But this time the guy is like, we're gonna give him a little bit of something, we're gonna throw something at him and be like, you have, oh my. That's right, when I'm interested in something, I find I can't think of anything else. There we go. Right, well, I'm flattered. Even though our relationship is only for business. Especially because of that. Yeah, duh, because he wants to use us as a pawn. Jesus, girl, he's not interested in you in that way. All that matters is that I want to go on that date with you this weekend. Oh my god. This guy, he only cares about what he wants. Yes, duh, no shit. No thank you. Yeah, there we go. I know that you're into some shady stuff and I don't want to have anything to do with it. Okay, I think that we can skip on ahead for this. Okay guys, here we are, chapter 11. This is the last choice that we can make because even then our guide was like, what's it called? It ends off right on chapter 12 where like, it just, that's done. Where it's like, that's where the bad ending happens. And I guess it makes sense because right now, in this instance right here, it's after the whole battle that Tatsuya had with Katsunosuke that over the river and how Katsunosuke was really heavily injured. And we were saying how, you know, maybe, what's it called? Maybe and Tatsuya, after the aftermath of it, Tatsuya was like, I think we should end whatever this is that's going on between us. And our choices were to, you know, either try to like fix this or to say, you know, we need some time and space to think about it and sort things out. But no, this time the guide was like, you know what, maybe we're gonna say, maybe you're right. And you know what? It makes sense because once you think about it, the whole water romance, bad ending title, as well as like the way that things are playing out right now with our choices, it does make sense that it doesn't even have to go all the way to the point where it's that final battle with Tatsuya and Katsunosuke, the trial by combat. I still call it a trial by combat, but yeah, it didn't have to necessarily end there because it's like right now it's like for sure, you know, Hannah at this point is leading so much more towards Katsunosuke that she will take his side on the business deal, and I'm pretty sure the business deal will go through in terms of, you know, Katsunosuke's favor. So yeah. So maybe you're right. Maybe we should end this, and maybe we should part ways. And I know I would just run off with Katsunosuke because, you know, I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that. My life is my own to choose how I live. Okay, but maybe you're right. Maybe I made a mistake and rushed into this. Damn, I'm sorry. Damn. Without bothering to wait for a response, I turn around and start walking, then running in the direction of home. I only glance back once to see that Tatsuya doesn't follow me. Of course not. There we go, chapter 12, so I'm gonna skip on ahead, maybe if it allows me to. Yes, if it allows me to, I'll just skip on all the same regular dialogue until something changes and it stops me, so yeah. Oh, how long has it been since I'm crying? Oh wait, okay, never mind. So yeah, how long has it been since I was crying was the last thing I saw. So it's hard to tell, or something along the line. So it's hard to tell, and I don't care enough to check the time. Okay. Besides that, the idea of picking up my cell phone right now is painful at best. Okay. It's not like we had any couple pictures or anything like that. Okay, why is it not letting me skip? What? Why is it not letting me skip? Is it really gonna change? Yeah, it's not like we don't have any couple pictures, I think. Okay, we already read that. So just knowing I might never get another text or email from him is, okay, yeah, girl, okay, stop. You made your bed and you're gonna rest in it now. Why are you crying over this? Like, I know it hurts because you had something going on. You thought you had something special going on, but no, you don't. You didn't. And you're the one who said it, that we should end things. God. Surprisingly, I find that my body is still able to produce tears after thinking that. Okay. I can't stop seeing Tatsuya's face when I said those words. Why is it all we seem to do is hurt each other? Are we really not supposed to be together? Well, I don't know. You're the one who said, yeah, maybe, you're right. I choked back a sob as new tears streamed down my cheeks. Okay. I grab my covers and throw them over my head. Okay. I curl up wanting to hide from the world, wanting to sink into oblivion rather than ever hurt like this again. Okay. In an effort to distract myself from the throbbing pain in my chest, I decide to grab my phone anyways. Okay, you're gonna call Katsunosuke then? I'm surprised when I see that I have a flashing notification, and I have hope it's Tatsuya. No, it's not, girl. I turn on the screen and see that it's actually from the last person I expected. Katsunosuke! Yay! Whoa, ooh, surprise! I didn't see that coming. There we go. Okay, let's see what he says. Oh, is he sending us some, like, words of condolences? Just so you know, no one actually won that fight, so that frozen asshole and I's agreement is invalid. That means I still want that date. In fact, when I heal up, let's do it. Okay, wow, he's so sprightly. I don't even notice a smile on my face through my tears. Wow, she's like, oh, this makes me all warm and tingly. How can he still be like that when he just almost died today? I guess I have to give it to him for persistence. Yes. With my emotional pain relief for even just a moment, I suddenly feel sleepy, okay? I let the phone drop to my bed and covered my head with the sheets. Okay. Okay, so she's like, ooh, yay, so happy. Katsunosuke makes me feel better. Okay. The next day, the moment I remember what happened yesterday, I almost wish I'd never woken up. Okay. The tears come again unbidden, and despite it being a school day, I stay in bed like that for a long time. Wow. I don't even think I could go to school after a day like yesterday. Okay, yes. Very emotionally, you know, tired, I guess. While I'm staring at nothing in my bed, my eyes fall to my phone next to the pillow. I'm reminded of Katsu's ridiculous email, and my heart feels just a little lighter for just a moment. Oh no, she's falling. She's falling for that jerk. It's a sad day when someone like Katsu is the only thing that can cheer me up. Yes, it is. I idly wonder if he's really okay, or if he's just putting on a brave face. That's when a sudden strange thought comes to me. Why don't I just go see him? It's not like I'll be able to do anything else today besides cry in bed. Oh wow, so she's like voluntarily going, because before it was Takumi who was like, hey, Katsunosuke wants to see you. My course of action decided, I slowly convinced myself to get out of bed and get dressed. Wow, here she is. Though I felt guilty, I enlisted a reluctant Takumi's help and got the address. Okay. After taking a bus out of the city and finally seeing how far I had to actually walk, I started to realize what an insane idea this is. So she's gonna take the last line and then she's gonna walk a mile. Wow, what am I even doing? I guess just trying to avoid thinking about him. Yes. Well, this isn't exactly the best, way to go about doing it though. But still, this is crazy even for me. Yes, it is, but here you are. Upon walking through the gate, I was greeted and asked my name and the nature of my business. When I awkwardly gave my name and said that I was there to see Katsunosuke, I could see I was being sized up by the servant. But he scurried off and soon came back saying that Katsunosuke would see me now. Okay. I'm surprised to be taken to the room that Takumi told me was Katsu's family members. Yes, but that family member is dead, so I can see quite clearly now that it was definitely a female's room, and I still can't believe Katsu's staying in there. Yet there he is lying on the bed, smirking at me as usual when I come in. How's that hole? I have to say I'm quite surprised you came to see me so soon. Well, so soon? So you thought that I'd come at all? I slowly walk toward Katsunosuke's bed and pull up a pink chair. He shrugs but seems to regret it when he winces. It was just a guess, no matter how accurate. Okay. How are you doing physically? Yes. As well as you can expect when someone's boyfriend tore a chunk out of you yesterday. Well, he's not my boyfriend anymore. He's my ex. Was boyfriend the wrong word then? Yes, it was. I'm not with Tatsuya anymore, and I'd really rather not talk about it. Is that so? Yes. Would that have anything to do with me? Yes, it is. It does. Yes. You're a homewrecker. Talking about you and me doesn't count as talking about Snowflake. But if it's still too much for you, I suppose we can avoid that topic altogether. Thank you. Okay, well at least he's considerate, I guess. Katsu lets out a small laugh. You're welcome then. Still, I can't help but be amused by the fact that you're actually here, right? I mean, I question it too. How far do you live from here? 45 minutes? An hour? Possibly an hour. Unfortunately, I can't be of much entertainment right now, though. Well, it's okay. You just lay there. That's alright. I just came That's alright. I just came because I didn't have anything else to do anyway, right? Ouch. You can be cold yourself, you know. Well, thanks, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I did mean it, actually. Me personally, yeah. So, is the wound bad? How long till it's completely healed? Maybe a few days. With magic, it's not long. Oh yeah, I figured. However, you're gonna get a scar, and I don't really care. I'm told it will leave a scar. Well, I don't care. Well, that's to be expected, yeah. I'm more concerned about my sex appeal to ladies. How about you, Hannah? Oh my god, are you really gonna ask me this question? Do you like scars? I wouldn't mind them. Huh? I see, I'll keep that in mind. God. Just then a woman comes in who I learned is the doctor. Okay. She says that Katsu has to rest, but instead of making me go all the way home, Katsu advises I use an extra room to rest so we can talk later. Okay. So he's inviting me to stay over. Still not quite understanding what I'm doing, I obey and end up napping myself. This is strange. I don't like this. When I wake up that afternoon, I go back to Katsu's room to check on him, but when I open the door to peek in, I'm shocked at who I see in there. Who? Is it Tatsuya or is it Takumi? That's right, I'll go through with the deal if you promise to renegotiate the Yukimura properties. Oh, wow! Okay, well, he's doing his own damn business. Tatsuya? What? You, yes, me. Surprise! Well, isn't this a nice little reunion? No, it's not. What are you doing here? Well... oh, it's nothing like you might be thinking. Oh, well, psh, yeah. She just came over to see me this morning and I slept here. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I know. I'm crazy, I know! Jesus, don't look at me like that! Is that truly? Yes, it is. It is, but that's all. There's an uncomfortable silence in the room as Tatsuya stands between Katsu and I, his fist shaking at his side. Oh, well. The pain I feel in my heart makes me feel like it's about to burst out of my chest. But all I can do is stand there and watch Tatsuya struggle at what he doubt he sees as betrayal. Yeah, at what he no doubt sees as betrayal. There we go, yeah. God, yes. You aren't the person I thought you were. Oh no! It's not like that! Oh shit, well, With this anguished admission, Tatsuya storms past me out of the room, and I feel a distinct chill as he passes by. Tears drip down onto the carpet and I realize that I'm crying. Well, yeah, god damn it. I can't move nor can I stand to look at Katsu. The Yukimuras have always stood for traditionalism. Yes. For hundreds of years, hardly anything has changed under their rule. Okay. I wipe my tears and finally look up at Katsu. I see that instead of his usual smirk, he's completely serious. As you can imagine, people change. Times change. Yes. New ideas are needed. The old ones must be thrown out. Okay, no child should have their future taken away from them. No clan should be forced to endure under a leader who was picked because they were related to the right people rather than on their merits. Oh wow, you're speaking sense and philosophy. Oh my gosh. That idiot doesn't even see that I'm fighting, so no one has to become like him or me. The world I dream of, the real clan, I am going to make happen. It's one where no one has to suffer because of outdated traditions and immense pressure. It's one where the clan can become strong because they have a strong leader that they pick themselves. Okay, I just needed your help in making it come true. Okay, wow, you're really starting to sound really convincing right now. Like, with your help, I can finally get rid of the old and bring in the new. And if you lend me your power, no one can stop that from happening. I don't know. Oh my. You sure sound so convincing right now. It sounds like a nice ideal, but... Katsu beckons me over with his hand. Confused, I trudge to him. Our eyes meet for just an instant before Katsu grabs my arm and pulls me into a hug. Oh gosh. What? You alone have the power to make it happen, okay? To make sure no other innocent people like my sister are killed because of a role they didn't ask for. To make sure no 16-year-old boys are forced into power they don't know how to use, and to make sure no more families are torn apart. Will you help me, Hannah? Oh my goodness. This all sounds so enticing. Hearing his impassioned argument in his suddenly sweet voice, the right choice the right choice starts to become clear to me. Am I making the right choice? Am I making the right decision? I think so, but oh my goodness. Please forgive me, Tatsuya. I don't want anyone else to suffer like you two have. Well, I nod faintly and relax a little in this strange embrace. Really? Really? Oh, that was a frostbite. Okay, well, that was a lot. That would... I don't know how to feel. I mean, it's definitely way better than what happened in the first bad ending where Tatsuya actually gets killed off by like this super crazy Katsunosuke, but like I don't know. I don't like I understand where Katsunosuke is coming from, but at the same time it's like I know it's like he has good intentions, but the method of his execution is just not the greatest, and that's the whole point, I guess, of him being that villain type of character in Tatsuya's route. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just again, like in the end though, let's just all remember that in the end, if we do when we do get the whole good ending with Tatsuya and the mystic end, or even the passionate end, it all works out in the end where it's like, where the business deal is like it's negotiated and everything is like compromised or so on. Like it all works out in the end, and Katsunosuke could have done it, but he didn't. So I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's just that ending just left me really confused. I'm just like, okay. Anyways, you guys, those are all our bad endings that we can get for Tatsuya. Yeah. So let's see. Hold on. Where am I going? Where am I going? Gallery. Yes. So I wonder does that mean that I got my thing? I didn't. Where the hell is it? Okay, hold on. Where the hell is it? Or is it in the epilogue? Okay, so that's my plan. So my plan is now that we've finished all of our endings, all the endings that we could possibly get for Tatsuya, now we can finally move on to doing his epilogue in the next episode, and that's where we finally finish off Tatsuya as a whole and the character as a route in this game. And if by then I don't get that last CG, then I'm gonna have to do some hunting. And so yeah, that's to be left there. So I'm putting my hopes in for this epilogue, for that last CG. If not, then again I will go out of my way to try to get it somehow, because I really want to see it. I want to know what it is. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That's both of his bad endings. So tune in next episode for his epilogue. Finally, oh my god! Again, as I said, I've been itching to get my hands on playing through it. So yeah, until then, you guys, I'll see you next time, and bye.